Welcome back. In this lesson. We will explore looping structures in Perl. Loops allow us to execute a block of code multiple times until a condition is met. We will cover for each, while, until and do while loops with some practical examples. So let's first see why we need loops. So loops helps to avoid repeating code and automate tasks efficiently. For example, let's say if we need to use, if we say without loops, then how you will say? I'll say print and we'll say hello Perl slash n. Let's say I need to write this 3 times, then I have to write 3 times. But if we use with loops, right? So I'll say with loops. Then how we will do? We can use for loop, right? So we have for loop, for each loop, while loop, do while loop, right? So using for loop, we can start for, and then I'll say my dollar, and then I say I equal to 1, then I'll say dollar I should be less than equal to 3 because I wanted to run it 3 times. Then I'll say dollar I plus plus, and after that we can just print the same statement. So now if I'll run it and say loops perl loops.pl, you can see it's printing 6 times, means 3 plus 3, right? So you don't need to do these things 3 times. Instead of that, you can just use loops and it can print 3 times or 100 times, whatever thing you want. So second approach is always shorter and scalable. Now here in the loop, for loop, we can see that first statement, right? Before semicolon, we are saying this is initialization block. This is condition, and this one is increment decrement operator. So you can either increment or decrement. This is how our for loop works. So I'll say this is for loop. Let me just comment it. Now we can see for each loop. So we have another one which is for each loop. So how for each loop works? So for each loops, iterate over any array, processing each element one by one. So suppose if we have one array dollar, I'll say um, numbers equal to, and inside this I have some numbers. Let's say 1, 2 in double quote, 3. It's kind of a string, and I wanted to print, so I'll just say for each EACH for each, and then you have to use variable my at the rate numbers, because this is our. Alright, so we have for each my, and then we have to use any new variable. So I'll say num, and inside braces we have to use at the rate numbers, the actual array that we wanted to iterate over it, and then we can simply say print, and whatever data available in this num, just print it with slash n. So here let's run first, and then we can see output. So we have 1 2 3. So simple. For each loop we have to use the array, and to access element we have to create a variable my num, and I'm always using my because we have used here a strict. If you remove this strict, like making it comment, then you don't need to use my, right? If you use, then also it's fine. If you will not use, then also it will work. So just use num and then try to run it. So this is how we can usually do that. So the advantage with this for each is you don't need to do manual indexing. It's shorter to work on that part. Next thing is that we have while loop. So for while loop, let me just make it comment. While loop is also similar to for loop. The only thing is we have to manually increment and decrement things. So for example, here I'll say directly I'll use dollar count equal to 1. I have initialized variable, then I'll say while dollar count is less than equal to 10, then start my loop and start printing. So I'll say count equal to, and I'll say percentage count, and then I'll say dollar count plus plus. So this loop will run until, and obviously we have to use slash n just to terminate. It will run until it will reach 10. So you can see count 1, 2, 3 and so on. It will go till 10. So everything is similar to for loop. The only thing is we are initializing outside, then we have condition, and then we have increment decrement operator. So this is one while loop. We have another loop is called until loop. It's opposite of while loop. So basically until loop runs until the condition become true. So if condition is true, for example while loop, it once the condition is true it will stop. But in case of unless, it will still running. So I'll say dollar count equal to 1. Let's do here unless, and I'll say dollar count is greater than, let's say 5, and then I'll just say print count, then do increment. Let's run it. So it is saying that 1, right, because the condition is true. So the until loops run until the condition become true. So here we have count equal to 1, and we are saying that count is greater than 1. So in this case actually we should write less than 5. Let's do, and it's not printing anything because the condition is false. So the difference between while loop and until is while runs while condition is true, and until runs while condition is false. So if I'll say not equal to 5, in this case the condition is true, so it is not going inside it. Let's say condition is equal to 1, so in this case it is printing 1. So this unless is basically used to do the opposite thing of while loop. Then we have another is do while loop. So in case of do while loop, what we do is we are doing the same thing as we are doing in while loop, except it will first check the condition and then perform the operation. So I'll say count equal to 1, do, and here we can just print count and increment it, print count, and then increment here this value, and after that put here while loop. So while, and then here I'll say count is less than equal to 5. So now it will run 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So suppose if condition is false, then also at least first time it will work. So let's say I wanted to start from 100 and run it. So at least it will print 100, and then it will go and check the condition. So this is how usually we use loops in Perl. Mostly if we have arrays, then we use for each, and in other cases we use either for loop or while loop. Thank you so much. Let's move to the next topic and we will see a few more things from the loops only. Thank you.